Hey guys and ghouls! So today I am going to be talking about my favourite horror movies. It's actually quite an apt night for this tonight because we have a storm a-brewing. There has been ones down south and it is heading up to the northeast of the UK. Please, I pray, because when we have a thunderstorm it actually makes me feel more energised for some reason and I get like a kid at Christmas. So here's hoping that we get some storms. But for now, join me, the spooks, in a journey through my horror movies of my life. The first ever horror movie I can remember seeing was The Exorcist. And I think it's just a classic that spans generations. And it was actually one of my brothers made me watch it when he was babysitting for me when I was younger. And it scared the living bejesus out of me. So still to this day, it is one of those movies that it kind of disturbs me, but it intrigues me. And I can't keep my eyes off the screen. You know, Linda Blair just plays an excellent role. And if you haven't seen The Exorcist, which probably quite a few of you haven't when I come to think about it, but if you do get a chance to see, just watch it. You know, please just watch it. The second movie, which is an all-time favourite of mine, is The Entity. Now, this was one of those movies that quite affected me for a couple of weeks. I can remember being feared about going into the bath. If you've seen the film, you will know why. It's one of them movies that it does make you think. And it's supposedly based on a true story as well. So I think like horror stories that are like, they do psychologically affect you in a way. Which brings me on to the next movie, which I actually rewatched last night, which is 100 Feet. If you haven't seen this movie, go and watch it. It is very much along the lines of The Entity, but it's got more of a hit factor to it. It's one of them movies where I actually still jump at, and it takes a lot for me to jump, but that movie does do that to me. The next one has to be Poltergeist, the original Poltergeist. I'm not even going to entertain the new one. Another one of their movies that takes me back to my childhood. Yeah, I was quite disturbed when I was little, but I did like horror. Moving on a little bit more as well is the Insidious movies. Just amazing. Patrick Wilson as an actor just totally does it for me. He really does. You know, even I'll bring The Conjuring in as well. Absolutely brilliant. Along with Hard Candy. I think that's a really good movie as well. Paranormal Activity. The first two, yes. The others, no. I have tried. I have watched them. The first two, absolutely brilliant. It kind of makes me feel as if it would be something that I would do. Yeah, but yeah, Paranormal Activities, the first two are brilliant. You're wondering why I'm looking down all the time? I actually have a list. So it keeps me on track of what I'm doing because my head's kind of, at the minute. Sinister. Now, the first time I ever watched this movie, I was like this. I couldn't watch. I'm not going to spoil it too much, obviously, if you've never seen it, but there are videos in it which are pretty sort of psychologically scary and pretty, just go and watch it. Going back to two classics is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Now, I must admit, the remake and the whole franchise that's still going on, I love it. I do. They're just absolutely brilliant, brilliant. Leatherface, what a baddie, what a baddie. Absolutely brilliant. And also The Shining. Jack Nicholson, Red Room, all of that is just a total trip. Psychological trip. Absolutely brilliant. Psycho, just classic. Absolute classic. It's one of them ones where I think I've got about 3 copies of different anniversary and special edition ones because it's just an absolutely brilliant movie. As well as Halloween. Halloween, Mike Myers. Me and my friends used to be absolutely feared of Mike Myers when we were little. We used to joke around and say, could you imagine if Mike Myers was coming for you? what would you do? Because it didn't matter how fast or how far you got away from him, he would always catch up. Carrie, the original, yes. Was Sissy Spacek? Just 100% yes. Still to this day, can you remember the mother? Yeah, and the Jesus thing. Oh, that kind of freaks me out. Crucifixes kind of freak me out anyway, but that is just totally off the wall, which also brings me back to another classic, which is The Omen. That movie and the remake as well was actually pretty good. I have the 2 box sets of this. A Nightmare on Elm Street. Freddy Krueger. He never scared me. Oh, I can hear rain. Come on, thunder. Sorry, I'm getting totally sidetracked because thunder, rain, lightning. I'm singing AC/DC in my hog. I am singing AC/DC in my head now. Thunderstruck. You've been thunderstruck. Sorry. Yeah, what was I saying? I've totally gone off track. Oh yeah, A Nightmare on Elm Street. Freddy Krueger never scared me. Really done. The only sort of scene that really freaked me out. Can you remember the bed scene when he's pulled in and all of... Oh, that used to get me when I was younger. Hellraiser. First one. Loved. Second one. Okay. Third one. That's as far as I went. I didn't go any further than that. The first one, again, very gory, very sort of, oh my god, brilliant. And now a lot of people give up with this franchise of this movie was the Saw movies. The first time I ever watched these was with my mate Carl and my then fiance, who's now my husband, actually. We sat down one night and watched these and I couldn't get past the second one. Didn't think I was in a good sort of place at that time, and I went through this phase where I had an absolute fear of dying. And I must have been, I don't even know how old I was. I was probably about 27, 28, and it freaked the shit out of me. I couldn't get past it at all. I thought, no, I draw the line. I am not watching these anymore. And I remember just going to bed and I was shaking. Fast forward to a year and I actually did sit down and watch them. One of my favourite, I would say probably second favourite horror movie, which is Amityville, however you want to pronounce it. I pronounce it Amityville Horror. I have all the books. I have followed the story for years. It is a big fascination of mine, and I thought the movie did it justice. The remake didn't for me. It didn't do anything for me. The first one, just absolutely amazing on so many levels. That is it. That is my favourite horror movies. I would really love to hear what your favourite horror movies are. It can be anything at all, but please do leave comments below and let me know, and I just want to say as well, I have just hit 48 subscribers. I know it doesn't sound like much, but to me it means the world. I can't thank you enough. I never thought I would get this far with doing YouTube videos. It was one of them things that I'd sat on for a month and I thought, no, I'm going to do it. If it doesn't take off, it doesn't take off. But it's really helping me psychologically as well at the minute, and it is boosting my confidence. I feel more confident every day that I do these, and your feedback has been absolutely amazing. I know that I am going a little bit sloppy, but I really do want to thank you for everything. So for now, guys and girls, I am going to go and watch this rain, and let's see if some thunder and lightning happens, you know, and I better go and check the dog to see if he's alright, because yet again you will probably notice in the background that I am at my parents' house again, dog sitting. I am not at home. So for now, guys and ghouls, take care, and just remember, stay cool, be ghoul, and I'll see you soon.